Hey guys, it's Kelsey. So this is my video for Mercy Tiara's inspirational YouTube hop. So of course I chose a mood board because look at this thing. I love all the colors, all the textures. It's gorgeous, and I really love what I came up with for it. So it's way different than my usual thing. I didn't have anything. Okay, so funny story. Saw all the mood boards that Maui posted and immediately was drawn to this one and claimed it right away. I love the colors in it. Everything in it is so pretty. I sat down to make this page and couldn't find anything in my supplies that mimicked this mood board. So I went to Hobby Lobby because I had to find something, and immediately I saw this floral. It jumped out at me as I saw the mood board in it. And it's funny because this isn't a paper I would have ever picked up on my own. But I saw all the mood board colors in it, so I thought it was perfect. So I grabbed that, and then I saw this really cool blue crinkle paper that has that dark blue that's in the mood board, and I just thought they looked so good together. And then I was like, okay, I need at least one more paper that I can throw into the mix, and I was really missing some browns when I was looking at that floral and that blue, and so I just so happened to look down. There is a deer print paper, like a fawn deer print paper, and there are deer in this mood board, and I was like, that has to go on here. I have to do it. And I was looking at these three papers together, and I was like, these do not go together. They look so weird together, but they all scream this mood board. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run it. We're gonna figure out a way to do this. So I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I think even though these papers I did not think go together, I think the end result is so cool because they are so different, and when I threw them all together, to me it ended up working, even though I wouldn't have picked up these papers, you know. So that's one reason I really like these mood boards, and I just took every single piece of design, inspiration, color for this page directly from the mood board. So I decided to use the blue as my background. I really like the texture, and the other two papers are kind of busy. I mean, maybe not the fawn one so much, but I thought that those pattern papers are a lot. So I figured if I used the blue as the background and then I had the other two as accent papers, it would probably work out a little bit better. So I started out right away by cutting some circular mats for my photo. I thought it would be really cool because there's these staggered pumpkins in a photo. There's some strewn out berries in a photo. There's a bunch of berries in a basket, and I just liked that layered effect with circular items. So I thought it would be really cool to do a cascade of layered circles. I've done this like a few times, or maybe like two other times. I think that I have process videos for something similar to this, but I haven't done it in a really long time, and I just thought with the mood board it would be really cool. So I started out by cutting two circular photos, one in that fawn pattern, one in that floral, and I matted my photo in a doily and then stuck them on there. And then it was looking really plain, like the edges were just boring, like it needed something else. So I went back to the mood board. There's this wicker basket, there's some acorns hanging from a tree, and it just gave me that kind of texture that made me want twine on this page, especially because it would bring in more brown. And I did something I've never done before. I stitched with twine. So that was interesting. It was difficult because twine is not as easy to work with as, say, thread would be. But I just stitched around this entire thread to kind of give it that basket texture. And I think it looks really cool. It kind of makes it more earthy, whereas before, because this floral is very, I don't know, just not the vibe I was going for, even though it's the colors I was going for. And I think wrapping it in the twine makes all the difference. And so you did see me gut those two circles by die cutting another circle. So I have another circle there, and that's kind of where I get the idea. I really like how these pumpkins are staggered up in the inspiration photo, so I want to get that same kind of vibe. So now I'm figuring, okay, I'm just going to layer up some circles across this page. I did notice right away, you saw pretty early on after I cut the first two circles, that I wanted some other detail in the background other than this kind of circle thing. So I did end up tearing the background and re-gluing it down with some of the other layers torn and distressed tucked in the edge. I think that adds a really cool detail on the side. just because I knew I kind of wanted this to be a more streamlined design as far as having these cascading circles. I didn't really want a big secondary cluster, but I wanted another cool detail on the page. So I really like the way that the torn edges look on the side. Other than that, I'm pretty much just die cutting some more circles. So I have the We Are Memory Keepers Evolution die cutting machine. I'm using some nested circle dies, and I'm just trying to make sure the width of the fawn paper and the floral pattern are consistent across all of my circles. So you'll see me kind of staggering them up. I accidentally cut this floral one size too big in compared to the fawn paper. As you can see with those two I just cut compared to the other two. So I do go back and cut down that floral one ring smaller so that that pattern and that width is consistent. But then I am left with these two scraps of this floral ring that I ended up cutting. I wasn't intending to use that, but then I set it aside. I thought it looked pretty cool, and I end up using those in my design as well. And that was a very happy accident. Was not planning that, but I think it looks really cool having these rings as some of the circles as well. So I'm just gonna stagger these. I know I want it to be a pretty vertical staggered design, so I'm just trying to make sure the larger pieces and the smaller pieces are kind of staggered in a pleasing way coming off of this main circular piece. And I just think those empty rings, those loops, look so cool mixed amongst the other ones. So I'm gonna start gluing this down. I already like how it is. I put the main photo pretty much in the center of the page, at least the center minus the torn edges on the side. In hindsight, I kind of wish I also circularly cut the photo. The issue was there's some details in the corners of the photos I didn't really want to lose. There's some cool driftwood on the beach that I have down there, and then I'm kind of in the corner of the photo too, so I don't want to cut any of me off. This is right when we got to Maui. We had like an hour to burn before we had to go to our rainforest tour, so we just went to a close beach that was nearby and hung out, and there was this really cool tree that had all this driftwood around it that had a swing attached to it that just looks out over the ocean, and it was just so cool. I just knew I had to get a picture there, so my mom took a picture of me swinging in this swing on the beach. So I really wanted to get this photo documented. I thought it was pretty cool. It's one of the few pictures of me from Hawaii that wasn't a selfie, because I feel I don't like having to ask other people to take my picture, but at the same time, I don't want all the pictures of me to be selfies, because I don't really like taking selfies of myself, but it's either do that or don't be in the pictures most of the time. So that's why I really like that this photo kind of got a page to itself. And I also really like it because I've been having a hard time scrapping this picture because I am wearing a purple tank top. And I don't have a whole lot of purple supplies, so this challenge and this mood board gave me that excuse to use it, because I'm finally using purple on a scrapbook layout, and I love purple. I just don't use it for scrapbooking very often. So that's kind of the story of the photo. I did want to go in after I got all of these rings down and add some more circular elements, so I did do 3 wood veneer buttons that I tied some twine through, so you can see I'm gluing those down right now. I really like how having another different textured smaller circle scattered amongst these bigger ones looked. And then you can see that purple enamel dot sheet to the left. So Karina sent me that all the way from Sweden. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, you haven't even seen it yet. The Harry Potter stuff that she sent me sheets of Harry Potter stickers, and I cannot wait until I have another Harry Potter picture to use them on, because it's gonna be amazing. I cannot not wait. Oh my gosh. But yes, anywho, I don't know where you got these, Karina, but it is a giant sheet of enamel dots, and I wish we had like suppliers that would sell enamel sheets that were that big with that many different sizes. But I didn't even mean to do this, but once I got home with this floral pattern paper and this mood board and sat down, I had Karina's goodies next to me because I just like looking at them. And these purple enamel dots, especially these dark purple glittery ones, looked so cool. It just reminded me of the blackberries that's in the mood board, just, you know, that dark purple shiny kind of look. So I sprinkled those in and amongst these loops as well, and I think that looks really, really cool. So I kind of got that all situated, and then I was kind of feeling like the torn paper strips on the side needed a little something else, so I did just staple some twine strings across the side. I really like how that pulls that texture over to the side, makes that a little bit more interesting. And then I went back to my loops because I wanted a title. I've had these purple puffy alphas forever. I think I got them at like Walmart or something. But again, I don't have that many excuses to use purple, so I just spelled out Maui backyard because I actually had the letters to spell that. A lot of the other things I tried to spell I didn't have letters for, but this works. And then I did go in with my Heidi Swap pink color shine just to do a little bit of sparkle and add in a little bit more pink because there is pink in the mood board, and even though there is pink in these florals, it was much more on the purpley side, so I wanted something to actually be pink. So I like how that kind of introduced that. I did go back and add a heart wood veneer from Lisa and some more enamel dots to the upper right hand corner, but here's the end result. So again, like things I would have never bought for myself, never put together, I put together because of this mood board, and I just love how it turned out. So enjoy the hop, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun with these challenges. Bye.